Guap, bread, cheese, fettuccine, and bacon. What is something these all have in common? Well, they're all synonyms for money. You see, I grew up with a single mother till I was 8 years old, and she never saw the value to clothing brands, and to be honest, I don't blame her. She came from Oaxaca where they grew up with dirt floors and could barely afford shoes on their own feet. So when she crossed the border and moved to the States, designer belts were all foreign to her and just seemed like a waste of money. $180 for a pair of sneakers? You know what you could do with the $180? You could buy a pair of Shaqs, go to Didi's, and still have enough for the flea market, my boy. Being the adult I am today, I appreciate what my mother did for me. It was moments like these that taught me to work hard and be grateful for what I have. With that being said, it won't take back all the roasts and times I got flamed for wearing beaters. So, needless to say, as a kid, it was only natural to start fantasizing about getting my first paycheck and buying all the clothes
I ever wanted.
So as soon as I became 16, I got myself a little part-time job at this grocery store. And this job was lit, fam. I'm talking about black coworkers and a big booty MILF manager. But even though it was a great job, there was limited hours, which then meant limited money, which then meant limited clothes. So I set out to earn more. I would then start thinking of possible jobs that would provide more hours, and one of the jobs that always crossed my mind was Amazon. The only reason I never committed to the idea was because Amazon had a horrible reputation. Like bruh, you know how many horror stories I heard about that place? But you know what, at the time, that did not faze me, my boy. In my eyes, everybody was soft fam. So here I am, one day mopping outside of the grocery store, my old job, and some baddie walks up, and here I'm thinking she's finna spend some game. And you wanna know what she says? She says, "Wow, they got you out here mopping the concrete? That's foul," or something along those lines. And then continues and proceeds to laugh and says, "I would never work at a place like this." And it wasn't even what she said that triggered me. It was how she said it, you feel me? So at that moment, I just hit her with the out left AYRBBBB LT Binka Baka Boomter across the map, my boy. It's like, I'm joking. I would never put my hands on a woman. But the important part of this is I realized I had to move on, that I couldn't work at this grocery store for the rest of my life. So I got home, looked through some jobs, and who just happened to be hiring? Amazon. And once I seen that pay and sign-on bonus, you could have told me Amazon was guaranteed to cut your life in half, and I still would have applied. Anyways, a couple weeks passed by, and I get a response telling me I need to get through their, let's call it Amazon initiation. Took a quick drug test, background check, and well, that was about it. That should have been my first red flag. They'll let anybody in that place. Eventually got the news that I was hired. I broke the news to my lovely manager and said adios to all my fellow coworkers. I then was on my way to my first day at Amazon. I had a 40-minute commute, enjoyed the breeze, fantasizing about what I would do with all that money. What I haven't mentioned is, when I got hired for the graveyard shift. Now, at the time, I purposely applied for the night shift, and you're probably thinking, why would someone commit such an act? Well, for the price of $1 extra an hour, I would have done anything. Like I said, I was broke back then, fam. So, the graveyard hours was again another reason everyone was telling me not to work there. But that, of course, did not faze me. I mean, dog, you know how many times I done stayed up playing GTA or caught with the homies, not even realizing it's 6 a.m. till I see the sun shining outside my room? They was talking to the same boy who stayed up working on reports that were supposed to take weeks to complete and ended up doing them at midnight, got to school the next morning with no sleep, and still passed with a B+. Gangsta. So the point I'm trying to get across is, I thought the graveyard shift would be a piece of cake. I got to the building with about 20 other people who were also starting training that night. I met my cool manager, he hands us our badges, takes us upstairs, and tells us the basics of Amazon. An hour passes give or take, and here I'm thinking, so far so good, easy money. At this point, I'm starting to tune out of the training a little bit. Sounds like all basic stuff. Don't do this, don't do that, blah blah blah. The longer it goes, the more I just wanted to get it over with. And then, this guy sitting in front of me proceeds to raise his hand and ask a question. I keep trying to tune it all out, except I hear him say, "Hey, I heard you guys are strict on bathroom policies." And I'm like, bathroom policies? You see, this caught my attention because I normally do not care about policies. In fact, I ignore 99% of policies, but bathroom policies, I do not. You see, since the beginning of mankind, the bathroom has been seen as a sacred space where people can release the fumes and toxins of what we have consumed, a place of vulnerability. So when the trainer proceeds and laughs and says, yeah, there have been instances of people peeing and pooping. Wait, no, sorry, not pooping. That's a lie. Of people peeing in the water bottles and cups? I knew, fam, I had chewed more than I could swallow. So at that moment, I handed my badge to my trainer and bounced. Nah, I'm just messing. I should've though. Instead, I kept showing up to work. Figured, with all this work, might as well get a good body. I mean, my stepdad done worked there for one summer and bruh lost a lot of weight. Like, why couldn't I do the same thing? While some people looked at it as slavery, I looked at it as getting paid to work out for a free gym membership. But slowly and slowly, the harsh reality of Amazon started to creep in. It first started out with some minor pain in the feet for standing up for 10 hours straight. Then eventually, it started hitting every single joint in my body. Bro, my knees ended up having sharp pains, my back felt like somebody jumped on it like it was a trampoline, and eventually by the end of the week, every single bone in my body started popping when I barely moved. My friends even started roasting me, calling me Skeletor from He-Man. That wasn't even including the sleepless days. Like, who would have known that your body instantly loses its tiredness when you see the sun? I had to force myself to sleep one way or another. I noticed everyone started quitting as well, left and right, and finally, it had gotten to me. I thought it was the end. The end of a great brave soldier who gave everything he could. Here I was, lying on the ground, contemplating my whole life, wondering, what was the point? Wondering if I should retreat back and reapply my old job. When, all of a sudden, I had gotten a paycheck of $850. And to a broke kid back then, that was 2 pairs of J's and a Gucci belt, literally gone in a second. So there I remained, every day fighting in the battlefield for that one big, juicy paycheck. The end.